Hey, Empress Vibing, I hope everybody is a bliss. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and hit that notification bell so you'll be up to the time when the readings land. And I ask you to please like the video so that it gets higher up in the algorithm and it reaches more people. This message might support someone else as well. So share with someone who you think may benefit from this reading. So, like I did with the Divine Feminines, I just want to do a little mini reflection. It's not going to be as long as the Divine Feminines. But I had a wonderful full moon meditation. With the full moon in Scorpio, the full lunar eclipse. And it was wonderful and powerful. And I was able to really get into the energy of what's coming to me. We know that the full moon likes to reveal to us what we've learned from what we put down in our intentions, and then it sort of says, okay, so how have you done with that? Let me show you another way. If you haven't seen this, let me show you that. Look at this, clear away that. A lot of review. So the full moon meditation was wonderful. And if you're not following me on Instagram, or why are you following me on Instagram? It's at Empress Vibrant, all one word, lowercase. And on there we do every Sunday dawning, Daryl Whittaker and myself do a astrology and tarot weekly forecast, which is amazing. The recordings I put on this channel, but to be in the thick of it while it's all happening is extremely powerful. So yeah, follow Daryl as well at Daryl_Whittaker. He's a great astrologer. So yeah, and also follow me on TikTok, which is Empress Vibrant 1, the number 1. And you can see so much more content. I tend to put my a daily card up, as the same with Instagram. So there is varying content on all different social platforms that I'm currently using. And yeah, just follow us there so you can get the full insight. And the full moon meditations, we do them live on Eventbrite. So definitely look out for that and any announcements that I make when it's coming up. So yeah, like I said, it was a very, very, very spiritually led, with the downloads and, this idea that we must quiet down in order to hear the messages. Slow down, be still was kind of like the common theme. And the last couple of days have been wonderful for the energy, but then I've had a huge download, and that happened in a very, I'm not a dreamer per se. I've got dreamers in my family, I've got dreamers who are friends, my partner's a dreamer, and there's definitely travel that takes place. But for me, I tend to have my messages throughout the day, visions throughout the day, and that could be throughout the night. I channel, and even when I'm not channeling, I'm hearing. So sometimes I just get that vibe to say, right, you need to do a video. That kind of came up with the parents one that I've done, and if you haven't looked at that, definitely check that out. And as well, so it's like I was going into sleep in the first instant and felt this huge dip, like I was gonna dive in to a portal into water, or there was this feeling, and I remember this fear at first, so I sort of jumped out like, oh, what's that then, kind of thing. And I eventually fell asleep, and I fell asleep really, really hard. Usually I hear my son. My partner came in to pick him up because I was in that level of, I was travelling, so I wasn't here. And that hasn't happened in such a long time. And I usually hear my son, I'm the one that always hears him. Okay? So that is just a nod to the fact that I was really in You know, wherever I was, it felt very familiar. I felt surrounded by a lot of love. I got a lot of talking to. Some with a bit of a wagging hand, like a wagging finger, like you know what you're meant to be doing, and you are joking out the business. And some of the messages was a no to, yeah, this is the reason why you haven't gone forward on this. We needed you to kind of see this first. We need you to go through this, observe yourself. You know, sometimes observation can be a very, very quite difficult thing sometimes, the things that come up, the things that you see about yourself that are not conscious. You know, and I came away with that feeling really fuzzy-headed. You know, woke up, you know, early hours of the dawn and sort of really disorientated. You know, following when I woke up, I was in really, really low mood. You know, my head was really, really cloudy, and I wasn't feeling very fabulous, you know, and my appetite wasn't there, my stomach was spinning, you know, I had to use a loo a few times, and, you know, a lot of purging, you know, and I say all of that to say with a lot of the review and what's happening, there are a lot of downloads that are happening to us when we're in our quiet spaces, you know, in times when we've been put on pause. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are saying, look, I've been sleeping so much more as usual. Maybe you've got extra bouts of energy. There is a higher level of empathy right now. You know, connection to source is so much. You know, there's a lot of downloads going on. So I think there's a lot of review going on. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's happening to you. Don't be worried. You know, this could come in runny nose. This could be you might feel unwell. You know, so like I said, it can come in many different forms, but that's, you know, a couple of the ways that some of these downloads manifest themselves. And in the moment, it doesn't feel great, but the reflection after of the things that, okay, this is the time to do this now. I want you to go down here. I want you to speak to that person. It's about the trust and the faith in the messages and in your own intuition and the intuitive nudges, you know. So yeah, I've just been led to do a reading. So what I'm going to firstly do is go into my psychology cards for the emotions and just get the general energy, what is going on with the divine masculines. Like I said, please like, share, subscribe and comment, like up the video. It makes it higher on the algorithm and helps to reach more people. So without any further ado, let's see what's going on with the divine masculines. So, how are the divine masculines feeling? You know, they have journal prompts as well, and I'll go through those, and it gives you just a time to observe yourself. You know, let's see. Positive, happy, and relief. Amen. Amen, amen. So positive, happy. We had the same card, we had happy. So there are some divine feminines feeling this happiness, and maybe you are the counterpart to the divine feminines who are feeling happy with how things are going at home. Maybe your relationship is going well. There's a lot of communication happening, and you're feeling happy and contented that you're in a better space than you was. You know, feeling positive, motivated, and inspired to be creative. To get more adventurous sexually. There is, business, finance, you know, this energy around abundance. I think there was a lot of proactive behavior. You're feeling good, which is great. And then we have relief. Phew, I can breathe again. So possibly there has been a lot of work that has been put in. And maybe it's been uncomfortable, maybe you've had to address triggers with your significant other, with the people around you, maybe you've had to deal with misunderstandings, possibly dealing with, possibly you've got through a bind, maybe finances are a bit short, but things have been working its way out. You just feel like, wow, I managed to get from one paycheck to the next. You know, without it being too taxing or You know, I'm in relief that, you know, that situation has been squashed and things are going well. And there's nothing but positivity happening. So I'm glad to see this. And I feel as though if you're not quite there as yet, feeling positive, but, you know, you've got an idea and you've been getting an inclination, you know, been getting more spiritually inclined. Excuse me. So possibly you're working towards that positivity once you can see yourself in certain roles and scenarios and in a certain status, you know. Yeah, so let me go through. So what I'm going to do, like what I did with the Divine Feminines, is I'm going to go through all three of the cards, read the journal prompts, because I think it's a great idea, you know, and I think it allows us to really reflect and observe ourselves. And that's all a part of the growing and the healing journey, you know. So do take the prompts on, note them down, I'll read them down and I'll put them on the screen as well. But yeah, just take some time when you do just to go through these questions, especially what resonates with you. You know, it's not going to resonate with absolutely everyone. You know, for different times it may be like this has happened already or it's about to. Just be open to the universal energy. So, the first card we have is positive. I am inspired, motivated and proactive. I make the best out of every situation. Okay? I'm inspired, motivated and proactive. I make the best out of every decision. I'm feeling positive. So I'm really glad to see that, Divine Masculine. So the journal prompts are as follows. Positive. Ask yourself, is your glass half full or half empty? What is in the half part and what is missing in the empty place, in the empty space? So again, is your glass half full or half empty? What is in the half full part and what is missing in the empty space? Okay. So the things that feel good, you know, this is that optimism, you know, and what is missing in that space, you know, what can you possibly do to ensure that it's a glass half full situation, you know. And then we have here, does your life reflect a positive or negative attitude? Give examples. So you see how good these journal prompts are. It gives you a chance to reflect on yourself, to really look at things in a practical and pragmatic way, you know. And then it says, what would your positive message be? What would your positive message to others be? So you're feeling good, you're working towards feeling good if you're not there quite as yet. So what would be the positive message that you would give to others in this space? You know, possibly about being inspired, motivated, proactive, and making the best out of all situations. So I'm glad that that's the case here. So again, it says positive. Ask yourself, is your glass half full or half empty? What is in the full part? What is in the half full part, and what is missing in the empty space? What does your life reflect? Does your life reflect a positive or negative attitude? Give examples. And number 3, what would your positive message to others be? And then the affirmation to support this is, I breathe in positivity and breathe out negativity. I embrace the rhythm of life in all of its glory, and I am a positive being. I breathe in positivity and breathe out negativity. I embrace the rhythm of life in all its glory. I am a positive being. So I'm loving that. You know, so take the time to really go through these things. It starts to give you a insight into where you're at, you know, and then you can make informed decisions, you know, based on really looking at where you're at. It's about that growth, you know. And then it has, I smile, I laugh, I bounce, happy. Okay, so the prompts are, Happy. Ask yourself, what does happiness mean to you? What does happiness mean to you? When was the last time you felt truly happy? And what did it feel like? What can you do to bring more happiness into your life? So again, happy, ask yourself, what does happiness mean to you? You know, what does it mean to be happy? Contentment, happy home life, thriving career, financially free, you know, peace, contentment. You know, what does it mean to you? Because it's different for everyone, you know, and it gives you that space to really reflect. So then it also says, when was the last time you felt truly happy, and what did it feel like? And then what can you do to bring more happiness into your life? What can you do to bring more happiness into your life? Have some more free time, have some more dating time, you know, work on yourself, work on your business, create more peace and harmony in your home, in your relationships, you know. And then the affirmation says, I choose happiness and hold love and joy in my heart. I choose happiness and hold love and joy in my heart. So I'm really happy to see this, because we're really moving towards a more positive space, and that more positive space then yields so much more opportunities to feel that same energy, you know. So we're feeling positive to feeling really happy that, you know, the work that I've put in, the effort, you know, being intentional, allowing the Most High to work within me and through me, now I can, you know, yield the type of life that I deserve, you know. And then we have relief, phew, I can breathe again. Okay, so let's see. So it says, relief. Ask yourself, what are you relieved about? What are you relieved about? What does it tell you about yourself? So what are you relieved about, and what does it tell you about yourself? So if you're relieved that a situation has now been quelled, you know, things are moving better, there's better communication, you know, the project has moved further along now, finally, after kind of taking really slow to get off the ground. And what does it tell about you? You know, does it tell that the fact that sometimes you can be quite impatient without putting in the due diligence, you just want the results, or you put in the real due diligence and, you know, it's high time I get my just desserts, you know? Number 3, is there anything you could do differently next time, so that there is not this sense of relief after something that's happened or hasn't happened? So, relief. Ask yourself, what are you relieved about? And what does it tell you about yourself? And is there anything you can do differently next time? And the affirmation says, everything happens at the right moment. I am enriched by all experience, and now I let go and move on gratefully and gracefully. Lovely. So, everything happens at the right moment. I am enriched by all experience, and now I let go and move on gratefully and gracefully. That's lovely. So again, we definitely have been moving towards feeling better. There has been some stuff that have kind of felt quite difficult, and I think possibly in the way that, you know, we have been moving through this space of review, maybe there's been a few bumps in the scenario now that we're in the Mercury retrograde. Possibly things have been taken longer than you would have liked, and you're like, finally it's off the ground, finally I'm seeing traction, finally people understand my vision, you know. And possibly you weren't explaining yourself, you know, enough, or you weren't confident to speak up, you know, or just grab the ball by the horn and make it happen, you know. But now with this positive energy, feeling inspired and motivated, you know, and being proactive, this is like where all the downloads have happened, where the confidence is building, you know, and it's great to see. So let's see what's going on. So the divine masculines are feeling positive and motivated. I like that. Clarify. Let's clarify positive. What have you been working towards to be feeling this way? If we're not there, what is necessary? So, feeling positive, 8 of Cups. So for some of you, you're feeling positive because you walked away from a situation. People, places and things. Cup speaks of your emotions. So you've been looking at what makes you feel positive, what makes you feel motivated, who makes you feel motivated, the types of people, places and things that are in alignment with what you want. You know, you're reviewing the people, places and situations that are within your highest good. And when you realise it's not your highest good, you walk away and feel great because you know that you chose yourself and you chose to be in alignment, and you're choosing, or you will be choosing yourself and choosing your ability to listen to your intuition and trust in your instincts, you know. So that's actually really wonderful. And for some of you, are feeling really positive about your money right now and your stability. You can see it. You're inspired by your talents and inspired by your connection to source, you know, and this grounding and this connection that you have to nature itself, to animals, you know, your connection to peace, you know, and tranquility, and your sense of wanting to have a lifestyle that's luxurious and it's not out of stress and calm, but contentment, you know, because like I said, when we're moving away from these situations, I feel like, you know, this is that review, it's being confident enough to walk away from something, and sometimes to walk away from people, places, things, or even an opportunity, you know, that may have felt good at one moment, or maybe once upon a time you would have jumped on this particular venture or whatever, but there was something in your stomach, there was some feeling, there was some inclination that, you know what, this really ain't where we're going. We're changing, we've developed, you know, and we're not trying to bring this low vibration into fruition. We are trying to elevate, you know, and I'm motivated to do better and be better, you know. So it's possible, you know, with this cards energy, we're talking about movement here, you know. Cups, you know, are associated with our water signs, so our Cancer, Pisces and Scorpio energy, you know. And then again, like I was saying about this King of Pentacles energy, around us feeling positive, that we are moving towards this space we can see ourselves in our mind's eye. I think this is what we've been working towards, feeling inspired. So I think the connection to source, you know, seeing yourself in a better place. You know, maybe you're thinking about doing a vision board, or you've just started to look at properties and development and travel and leisure. You know, you're like, I work good, I should be able to live off the fruits of my labour and the fruits of my, you know, my talents, my God-given talents, you know. So this is about that 3D realm, feeling comfortable here. This is Taurus season, so this is luxury, feeling good, you know, living the type of lifestyle that you want, treating yourself, as you know you've put in the work, you know. And this is like defining the finer details. This is your stability, you know, so your career, your entrepreneurship, your household, your family, you know, you being grounded in nature. You know, like I said, there is a connection to the animals, and there is a connection to nature that is definitely in alignment with your manifestation, in alignment with your idea of oneness, you know, and that is definitely a key, you know, source to your development. So yes, I'm loving to see this, and obviously we're saying with the Pentacles, so that's our earth sign, so grounding as well, you know. So we're talking about our Virgos, our Taurus, and our Capricorn, you know, that kind of energy of wanting things to be, you know, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, ensuring that you've put in what is necessary to get what it is that you want out, which is this new lifestyle, you know. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. So you're definitely on your way to this independent way of thinking, you know, no longer waiting on anybody to make things happen for you, or, you know, maybe you've come out of this sense of lack, you know, and now there is a sense of, I'm not far off. I have all of these pentacles, I have all of these physical attributes, I have all of these characteristics that can support, you know, my lifestyle. Look at how this pentacle is in the cauldron. You know, my secret sauce. There's no one like me. You know, the way I do things is second to none. You know, and you're starting to see that, and I think that's where this inspiration and motivation is happening, so that there is more of a positive outlook on what you truly can achieve. You know, and you've got pentacles again, so it's definitely financial abundance, financial freedom, you know, feeling confident that you're able to provide for your family, your significant other, being able to give charitably, and to be noticed, for it to be no sweat off your, no skin off your nose, you know. You're not busting a sweat about it because you've got that in abundance. It's not an issue. And I think that's where this independent energy is coming from, where now you are becoming proactive, you know. And you've got the Knight of Wands. Again, passionately moving towards the things that you want, entrepreneurship, your business, you know, your career, being creative, but it's a passionate movement. You know, you ain't sitting down, you're not resting on your laurels. You've been ignited. Divine masculine, you've had a kick up the pants for some of you. You've had a huge moment of reflection. You've been able to observe, and your connection to source right now is giving you an extra fire. That's why fire sign is here. You've got a fire lit in your tummy right now, and you're ready to make things happen. You know, so it's great to see this, you know, and this is that fire sign energy. So yes, use that passionate energy, and this also could be speaking to our Aries, our Leos, and our Sagittarius. So that's that kind of fire energy moving towards this positive energy, which is absolutely beautiful, you know. So then we have happy. I smile, I laugh, I bounce. So I'm glad that you guys are, you know, moving away from something, an old way of seeing things, an old stagnant feeling, to be able to look at yourself as somebody who deserves luxury, deserves to, you know, live off the fruits of your labour, your God-given talents, you know, becoming independent and proactive, you know, and taking action, you know, and that's leading to feeling happy, you know, being able to have lots of things to smile about, you know. So let's see what's going on with this happy. Okay, so we have the King of Swords. So this is somebody, so I think you're feeling more happy because you're seeing yourself as becoming so much more focused. The King of Swords is about knowing exactly what he wants, how he's going to do it, how it's going to affect those around him, and he's focused on the end goal. So there has been a lot of meticulous planning, a lot of communication, possibly a lot of delegating, you know, networking, a lot of communication, you know, a lot of planning, and like I said, a lot of thought has gone into what it is that you wanted or what it is that you're working towards, and he has his sword. So again, cutting away what doesn't work. So yes, that means walking away in some instances. That is saying thanks but no thanks to certain situations. This is being direct about what it is that you want. No beating around the bush, but rather very, very organised and diligent, you know, and that will bode well with how you're feeling good. You're feeling good that the decisions that you've been making and are continuing to make, and if you haven't started making these changes are going to support you feeling confident in yourself, and you're going to feel happy that things are moving as a result of my, you know, me being more intentional, being, you know, looking at my subconscious self, looking at how I'm behaving, how am I flowing and moving through situations. And this is an air sign card, so we're talking about things in the mind, communication, you know, and sometimes just going with the flow of things, you know, listening to divine, connecting to source, you know. So again, that this energy around, you know, possibly air signs, so possibly that Libra, Gemini and Aquarius energy, you know, being really intentional about where you're at. And then we have the moon, and this is the Pisces card. So, you know, for you Pisces as well, this dream state, I think what you're seeing in your dream state is inspiring, and it's giving you motivation and it's allowing you to see the areas that you can be proactive in, you know. So I think this is where this happiness is coming in, because it's like, it works. I don't know why I don't do this all the time, but you know, everything in divine timing. You know, there is nothing outside of the scope. You learn what you need to learn when you need to know it, you know, and the things that you don't know, you are put in a position to then find out, sometimes in not the best way, you know, with this Pisces card. This is a lot of emotions. Someone is very creative and dreamy, so they're always in their head and they're always fantasizing about what their future will look like. But what's changed is this next level of proactivity, this next level of connection to source, and you know, really looking at, you know, this full moon energy and utilizing, getting out all the negative things that could be holding you back, and really looking at the skills, you know, the innate natural things that you've been given by the Creator. And that's beautiful. And then we have the star. So again, that faith, that hope, you know, that connection to source. You know, you're listening to your ancestors, really, you know, praying and speaking your supplication and putting in your petition for what it is that you want. You know, your gratitude, you know, that graceful movement, you know, that space that is supporting you, and that's why it's making you feel happy. You know, you're like, I feel more directed, I feel more grounded, I feel as though my head's in the right place. I can hear what the message is really clearly, you know, and yeah, I think it's wonderful. Go you, divine masculine you, which best said. So we got relief, you, I can breathe again. So let's see what this relief is in regards to. And I feel in a lot of ways this relief is coming out of this place where you realised, you know, that emotionally you was not feeling confident. There was a lot of lack, you know, there was a lot of self-doubt coming up, you know, and that made you have to really look at yourself in a, you know, real, I think, honest way, you know, without necessarily beating yourself up, but a relief that you can see clearly now, you know, that the obstacles is moved out of the way, the tower's fallen, whatever's broken down was meant to break down, and now that the debris, you know, is all around, you can see clearly what you want to, you know, what you want to do next, and how you want to forge forward, and who's left standing when that building has fallen. So then that you can make an informed decision about, you know, your relationships and the people that you collaborate with, you know, and all of those kind of things as well. So it's a great energy, definitely. So few, I can breathe again, definitely to do with work. We've got the 8 of Pentacles, so your work and your creativity. So I think it's like, finally, I can see another way that I can utilize my talents and my skills. You know, I can I can breathe again now, knowing that the stability, this King of Pentacles energy that I'm looking towards, this status change, this up level, this upgrade that I want, is definitely connected to my creativity and to my work ethic. So it's about looking at what's worked, what hasn't. How best can I move forward with these skills and abilities that I'm now looking at through different eyes. Maybe I didn't look at it in this way, and maybe I've been led to look at another way of delivering a service that I haven't previously. So it's definitely that this sigh of relief is, I can see where I can make my money. I can see where I can support and be of charitable, where I can give charitably. You know, where I can give back, where I can support, you know, where I can, yeah, where I can give freely, you know, and it's going to be coming from your creative side, you know, the things that you can do, your career, your business, you know, whether that be working with, you know, the community. There is a way in which you can, you know, to support in a big way, you know. So I'm glad to see that. And then for some of you, this is relief that you've moved from this state of feeling left out, not worthy, isolated, you know, feeling lack. Five of Pentacles speaks of the lack, what I don't have, you know, feeling less than positive, feeling as though I don't have everything that I need, you know. So this could talk about not being in the financial place that you would want to be. But in this space, it's sort of like, I think the relief is, okay, so I've come out of a self-pity place. I've been holding this pity party for a while. You know, I've felt really isolated. I've been, you know, mocked. I've been, you know, treated badly. You know, and instead of sort of, you know, sitting in that for too long, I'm out of it now. You know, I can breathe again, knowing that I'm not just a waste of space. I'm not, you know, a failure. You know, I'm growing and I'm developing, and I've got lots to offer with all of my innate skills and talents that have been given and blessed me by the Most High. So I'm glad that you can finally breathe again, and there's a sigh of relief that now you can see that what you have, you know, can take you away from this loss or feeling as though you don't have, you know, take you away from this lack mentality. And again, there's Two of Swords, being able to see, you know, making that decision, you know, see what you really want, and not being blinded by the lack, or being blinded by the things that don't seem to be working, you know, but really taking inventory about what you're thinking and the things that you're speaking into your existence. So I'm glad that there's a relief and a change in that. And then we have the Empress. So I relieve that I can birth these new ideas, set up this business, you know, create this project, you know, support my family in a certain way, travel. You know, this is the wisdom. This is new beginnings. This is birthing. This is wisdom. This is all of your experiences and putting it all into your future, you know, and using that divine connection to source in order to do that, to continue to grow, to continue to feel empowered, you know, by what it is that you can bring forth, you know. Whether this is, phew, I can breathe again, you know, we've passed our fertility issues, you know, and finally Miss Lady is with child, you know, and this is a reason to smile and be happy and to be positive and to be motivated that there's new life coming, you know, or possibly, like, again, it's just physical, you know, ideas and things that are coming to fruition. All this could definitely be the birth of a child as well, you know. So congratulations if that's the case. So congratulations in all ways, because movement is happening. I'm loving that. So let's look into the abundance angels and get some messages for you. What messages do you have for the divine masculines around abundance, career, finance? Let's have a look. So we have courage to ask for and accept help. Okay. So ask for help. Asking for help is a sign of strength, as it is accepting it, and it is, slow that again, tongue tie, I'm going to slow down. So it says, have courage and ask for help, ask for and accept help. Asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as giving it to others as you are guided. Again, so that partnership, that coming together, you know, knowing that your skills and your abilities, you know, you got the skills to pay the bills, essentially. So they're saying ask for help and accept it. It's actually a strength. And sometimes there is an issue around, wanting to seem like you have it all together, but asking for help is a strength, because you're able to support other people where you're led to do so, and also accepting the help from others. You're accepting help from the Most High, because most of our prayers are answered through other people. They come in at the right time. They see your vision, they understand it. They want to buy from you, they want to learn from you, they just want to get your advice, whatever it is. So, have the courage to ask for and accept help, okay? So then we also have words of abundance. You have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms. And this is what you will attract for yourself and others. So again, speaking words of abundance. Making sure that the things that you are aspiring to, are in alignment with the things that you say and the beliefs that you have about yourself. So speak words of abundance and love and light and continued growth. And that will support the community around you, the world, the wider world, and all of our connections. So I'm really loving that. And then we have cooperation instead of competition. Okay, so cooperation instead of competition. What is yours, and no one can take it from you. There is no need to compete, as there is an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. So again, cooperation instead of competition. Okay, so that makes so much sense. So it's about not competing, not feeling like, you need to be, it's like a race against time, like there's not enough, there is enough. Yeah, so working with people, having the correct words of abundance and love and light, and having the courage to ask for help. All of this will support you moving to where you are feeling confident. So I'm loving to see this. So before we go off into your advice, let's see what's going on in love and relationships. So this can be your significant other. This also can be platonic, especially for those who are not in relationships, or possibly meeting someone, or someone might be coming in. Let's see. So what messages of love do you have for the divine masculine messages? That's definitely that one. Okay. It's flying out. So we have wish, make a wish. So again, make a wish. For those who are not in relationships currently, or the relationships are in a precarious space, or you're feeling the relief that now that it's not as thick or not as heavy and there's communication, make a wish, make a supplication to the Most High about how you want things to go, how you want your relationship to be, how you want to interact with your significant other and those around you, and anybody who comes in that you are calling in a positive way. Your words are positive. You're speaking words of abundance. I pray for, complete peace and oneness with everyone that I come into contact with. I want to learn all the lessons. I want to keep growing. I want to give, and receive of love, of the highest degree, and those kind of things. And then we've got sincere. Someone close to you is sincere. So for you divine masculines, you do have that sincere person. They are rooting for you. You have a team player. You have someone who is cheering you on the sidelines, someone you can depend on, and their love is sincere, and it will look like working through triggers, it will look like respect, and it will look like honesty, and it will look like, sometimes disagreeing, agreeing to disagree in a situation, yeah, I love that. And we have stability. Set a solid foundation, okay? So setting a solid foundation for your stability. So you're wanting your family life to be, of a certain caliber. You are wanting to ensure that your skills and your abilities are able to stabilize your family life, to upscale, to move you into a bigger house, so set a solid foundation. At the root of it, make sure that the Most High is at the center, that you are feeding yourself, that recognize that there is a higher source, but you are a part of that, and you are a divine being. So set a solid foundation with those, with that inner standing, and now with that positive energy that you've got, feeling happy, and then that relief that you've moved out of this unsure space, So it's great. And then we have curiosity. Learn to be curious about each other. So ask questions. How are you feeling? What would you like sexually? I told you there's a sexual energy. What do you want how are you feeling fulfilled? What could I possibly do to make you feel more comfortable, to get you in the mood? How can I best serve you when you're feeling low? When you're on your moon cycle, how best can I support you through that time? How can I help you with the children? How do you feel when I'm not around? How do you feel that, how am I supporting you? Do you feel supported? Be curious about one another. How are you dealing with this healing process? How are you managing when things ain't going so well? Where can I support? Just be curious about one another, and it deepens your bond and it strengthens your sense of oneness with each other. So lastly, let's go into the animal spirit deck. And this will give us some advice for the divine masculine. Get some advice for the divine masculine, please. Okay. So we have number 31, Groundhog Spirit, time to let go. And I think that's about the old limiting self-view. Time to let go of the old people, situation and things, with that Eight of Cups, leaving things behind. Changing your viewpoint, Time to let go of the old way of viewing yourself. You are so much more, than you've currently been living, 19, Dog Spirit, be loyal to what you love. Be loyal to what you love, the people, places and things, your skills and your abilities. Be loyal to, your creativity. Like I said, you've got the skills to pay the bills. We've got 30, Grasshopper Spirit. Take a leap of faith, exactly. And I think this is stemming from you feeling positive. You're motivated, you're inspired. So if you're at that stage where you're just feeling inspired by what you can do, take that leap of faith and go for it. See what happens, And it's going to be lucrative because there's happiness here and there's relief. So maybe you take that leap of faith and you're happy that you've done, and there's a relief that actually it worked. By having that faith, because you had that faith and you put your trust in source and the universe, and you knew that I will land on my feet and whatever it is that is going to happen is going to be for me. Then you are given so much more opportunities to have that good feeling, that happy feeling, that content feeling, that relief. 11, Butterfly Spirit, transformation is beautiful. So you are transforming. Transformation is beautiful. Yeah. It is a beautiful thing. Sometimes it may not feel great. Like I said, sometimes the downloads look like flu, cold, bellyache, lack of appetite, insomnia, sleeping, you know, whatever it is, but it's a beautiful transformation because you are growing and you are getting messages and you're continuing to express yourself in new ways. And I love that. And then we have 53, Seahorse Spirit. Watch and wait. Have the leap of faith. Do the damn thing. Watch. Watch and wait. Watch and see things unfold. And wait to see the fruits of your faith and of your work ethic and your faith in source and in self. And then lastly, number 10, Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide. See? Have faith. Take the inspired action. Be proactive. And watch and see what happens, because the abundant universe provides. I love that. Okay, divine masculines out here, you know, feeling good and working through all the insecurities, you know, looking at yourself differently, you know, wanting the abundance and actually seeking support from the Most High, seeking support from, you know, a higher force, you know, as well as remembering that you are a divine being having a human experience, you know, so it's wonderful. So yeah, again, please like, share, subscribe and comment. Like the video, it allows it to get to many more people. What was I going to say? And all the information for your personal readers are in the description box below. I look forward to connecting with you. I love, love, love personals. You know, I love to do these videos. But I love the interaction and I love the intimacy of it all. And so yeah, look out for the announcements for the full and new moon meditations that I do. Like I said, follow me on social media. I am on TikTok at Empress Vibrant 1. That's the number 1. And on TikTok and on Instagram, it's Empress Vibrant, all one word and lowercase.